All right, is Bruce Westerman the majority leader? And Bruce, the PO passed. What's going on over there? Was there any kind of compromise struck, or what?
Yeah, I'm not sure on the compromise, Dave, but it did pass. Hey, I was just listening to Congressman Griffin call in talking about President Obama and his foreign policy. You know, it always makes me nervous when a Democratic president who's failed on foreign policy starts trying to overcompensate. But the idea of using American resources to help folks in the Ukraine is a lot better idea than a grain embargo or boycotting the Olympics, doing things that actually hurt Americans. So, I hope we're moving down that track. I was actually over doing some work in the UK a few years ago and saw them building high-pressure CNG pipelines where they were bringing ships in and offloading compressed natural gas there in the UK, and that's been 5 or 6 years ago. So it's certainly technology that's proven that could possibly help us utilize some of our resources here in Arkansas.
Yeah, you just think about that. What we got here, with the natural gas, the price being a little bit low right now, this could ignite, that whole industry again, and we could see thousands of jobs come out of this.
Yeah, and it's a perfect example of how Arkansas is positioned to grow economically if we can just get the infrastructure and the tax structure and all that stuff in place and get policies in place that allow us to utilize those resources.
So what's your thought about the private option passing today? Have you talked to the people, KARN-9 or Slinkard or Hammer? These are the three that changed their votes today.
No, I haven't talked to them. I was disappointed that it failed. It took 5 tries. I mean, either it passed. What's a pass is what I consider a fail, but
right.
It finally passed after 5 tries. I think we put up a good fight, but my position now is to try to go to Washington D.C. and do what I can to undo Obamacare there on the federal level.
Yeah, the bottom line is Bruce, is that the Democrats held the DHS budget hostage, didn't they?
Yeah, they held it hostage until it was passed with the private option. And I think the most disappointing thing to me today was the applause in the House chamber when we just passed a multi-billion-dollar entitlement program, and there was applause. But I know that's what a lot of people wanted, and the process, as much as we may not like it, it happened today, and this is where we are. But I believe this is something that can be undone on the federal level. This country's passed constitutional amendments before that were repealed, so to think that we can't go in and change a law that was passed by Congress is just bad thinking.
So how do you think this will reflect in the November elections?
Well, there was a survey done the other day with Republican primary voters that said that 66% disapproved of the private option, while only 22% approved of it. How that will translate by the time we get to November, or how it will even affect the May primaries, that's a good question. We saw what happened up in Jonesboro when the private option was the focus of an election.
And that was a general election.
Yeah. Then here in November, it's going to be very interesting. All right, Bruce, I'll let you get back to work. I appreciate you calling in, the Majority Leader Bruce Westerman, and also candidate for 4th District here in the state of Arkansas, Republican primary coming up in May, and that is Bruce Westerman. Bruce, thanks so much.
Thank you, Dave. Anytime.
All right, bye-bye now. Bruce Westerman here on KARN. Let me remind you about my friends at Top Flight.